Hey guys, today's video is a Sunday haul. I haven't done one of these in a while, but I get so many requests for them all the time, so I thought I'd bring it back. A lot of new stuff did come in this week, so we're gonna be unboxing all of it. I'm gonna be sharing, close-ups, swatches, all the info on everything that's new in the beauty world, and at the end, as always, I'll come back and share my thoughts on the products that I did get a chance to try out this week. It wasn't everything, but I did try out quite a few things, so you'll get a few mini reviews as well. So if that sounds good, let's go ahead and just jump right into it. It's gonna be a long video. Hey guys, it's Monday. Happy Memorial Day. I just got some things in late last week and on Saturday that I wanted to share with you quickly. There's a lot here. We have some Vitamasks. We also have some new Benefit tints, some Makeup Forever crayons. There's a new collection from Colourpop under here, a new Jane Iredale foundation, and an eye cream from City Beauty. So there's just like a lot that came in all at once, and I figured we'd just take this upstairs, open it up, do some swatches like always. Just quickly, I want to show you this Vitamasks thing because it's not really something that I have to swatch or open, so I'll just quickly show it to you. This is a Target exclusive, it says on the box. So there are just some new masks. There's a Goodbye Eye Bags mask. There's a Plump and Repair lip mask and a Revive Eye Rescue. Then here we have some foot masks, great for summer, obviously. There's the moisturizing one, and then there's this pack that has the heel repair, the ultra peeling, and the ultra repair all together. So I just wanted to show you that really quick, but the rest of the stuff, I guess we'll just bring it upstairs and open stuff up, see what's here. Okay, so let's take a look at the City Beauty Brightening Eye Cream first. So this is supposed to be a depuffing type formula. It says that the key ingredients are caffeine, arnica flower, and ginkgo biloba extract. It's also supposed to help reduce fine lines and wrinkles. So I just want to see what the formula looks like really quick. So it looks like a thicker weight cream. Oh, it feels really nice actually. Definitely super hydrating. I actually don't have an eye cream that I'm using at the moment, so this is perfect. I'm definitely going to start testing this out and see if it makes a difference. I'll have to let you guys know in the future in an update video, maybe like in a few months after I've used it for a while, but just wanted to show that to you guys real quick. Next up, I got a box from Jane Iredale. This is their new foundation. I've heard a few people talking about this now, so I'm really excited to try it. This is so funny. It actually says Tinter instead of Tinder. Swipe, match, glow. This is actually really funny. They did the whole play on the dating app thing. It says trust issues, we get it, you've been ghosted by coverage. So here, this is called the Skintuition SPF 30 Radiance Boosting Liquid Foundation. So then in here, they just have kind of like a profile about it, 26 shades, SPF 30. It says it's not gonna cake, flake, or fade away. It's in it for the long haul, so I guess maybe it's long wearing, I don't know. Recent photos, this is actually really cute. And then here under interests, long walks with SPF, soft buildable moments, effortless fresh vibes, real skin energy. So I guess the whole thing is it's supposed to be like a very skin-like, non-cakey, hydrating type of formula. So yeah, then on the inside it just says it's a match, finally a keeper. All right, so they have me intrigued. Let's see what this looks like. They sent me 3 shades. I'm looking at the one in the middle as possibly being the best option for me. If I don't have to open all of these and try them, I won't, because then I can give them away. So this one looks like it has the coolest undertone to it. So I think I'm going to start with this, and if it seems like a good match, then I'll just leave these alone. So let's take a look. This is shade number 26 Light, just for reference. So I'm just going to put a little on the back of my hand. Yeah, it definitely has that cooler pink undertone, which I usually go for. Not bad. I think it's maybe just a hair too dark for me, but heading into the summertime now, it'll probably be okay. I was just looking at the other ones and they look a little bit more yellow. So I think I'm just going to stick with this one. I don't think it's a perfect match, but it's not bad. So as far as the formula goes, it feels like it's going to be kind of a light to medium coverage. Like it starts out light, but maybe you could build it up to medium. I don't think you'll get any more than that. It definitely feels on the more hydrating side. It has that feel of a tinted moisturizer, but with more coverage. So I'm definitely interested in trying this out. But so far, I'm intrigued. I'm definitely excited about this one. All right, so then moving on, let's check out what Makeup Forever sent over. I know that it's the crayons already. I saw these on the Sephora website, and I was just quickly flipping through this book, but I haven't opened it yet at all. So we're going to do that together. But these look really great. These are kind of like chubby crayons. Let me just find where there's more info here. Yeah, it just says they're multi-use sticks for face, eyes, and lips. They come in 27 shades. I don't know if they sent me all 27. I'm guessing probably not. I don't know if they have like a shade selection. Okay, yeah, so here's the colors that they come in. So these are all the pinks. These are matte finish here. And then they have some brown shades as well. These are also matte. Then they have a couple shimmery ones as well, which are a little bit lighter. So, all right, let's open this up and see what they sent. I'm really, really excited to try these. Like I said, I don't know what they sent me yet, so we'll have to see. Oh, it comes in like a little brush roll. That is so cute. That's perfect. I'm just going to store them right in here. All right, let's see. Okay, yeah, so definitely not all 27 shades, but I think there's a good mix of some of the pinks, the shimmery ones. There's some of the nude ones. And they also sent the artist color pencils. It did say in the booklet somewhere that some of these match the same shades as the pencils. So like Anywhere Caffeine, Wherever Walnut, all of those artist pencils that I love, some of these coordinate with them. So I guess let's just do some swatches and see what these are all about. So we have, the first one is called Blushing Pink. They're definitely a really chunky size, so I don't know how easy this is going to be to use on your lips. But yeah, they just twist up like this. So anyway, I just want to get a feel for what the formula is like. Oh, they're really creamy. Like as soon as you touch it to your skin, it lays down a nice amount of color. So there's that one. This is one of the matte shades, so there's no shimmer in here at all, but it does have just the slightest bit of a sheen to it. More of a satin finish than glossy. So I think it's a perfect in-between that you could use on both your face and your lips. It's not going to be too drying on your lips, and also it's not going to be too glossy on your face. It's just that like right sweet spot in the middle. All right, so then the next one is Starfire Gold. This is one of the shimmery ones. So let's see what this looks like. That's beautiful. I think it'll make a gorgeous highlight. All right, next we have number 228. This is Cheeky Fuchsia. So this one's a little bit brighter of a pink and a little bit more cool tone than the first one. I love this one. This is really pretty. Then there's 220 Swanky Mauve. I have a feeling I'm gonna love this one. So there's that one. Then we have some of the flesh tones. So this one is number 404 Ardent Dune. This is also a matte shade, by the way. I believe the rest of them are. There was only this one shimmer that they sent. Nope, I take that back. This is a shimmer one as well. This is number 160, Glorious Bronze. So there's that one. Then we have number 506, Endless Cacao. So this, I believe, is also one of their artist pencil names. I recognize this one. And then we have number 600, Anywhere Caffeine, which is one of my favorite of their artist pencils. I wear that one all the time when I want like the perfect nude lip. It's such a beautiful color. It's a brown, but it has a little, I would say like just a little hint of pink in it. Like it's just a reddish brown. It's really beautiful. So anyway, those are the colors that they sent me. I'm excited to try these for sure because they just feel so creamy. And I love the idea of just a multi-use stick, especially for packing on vacation and things like that. So I'll keep you guys updated on these as well. All right, moving on, we have the new Colourpop Lilo and Stitch Collection. This looks so cute. Look at this palette. Oh my gosh, I love all the cool tones. This looks really, really pretty. So in the collection, there's an eyeshadow palette, ultra glossy lips, shadow stick duos, instant crush cream blushes, love those, and some super shock highlighters. So let's take a look. I'm just going to unwrap everything and then we'll do some swatches. So starting out with the palette, it's called Beach Dreamin'. Love that whole theme. I'm just such a fan of beachy anything. So really, really cute. Just the whole vibe of the palette is gorgeous. Then inside you have 12 shades. You do have a couple neutrals up here on the top. You have some gorgeous purples, which I'm definitely not mad about. A really pretty pop of green and then some pinks as well. I feel like these three are the shades I would probably use the least out of the whole palette. The rest, I think, is right up my alley. So I guess let's just get right into it. I'm just going to do some swatches on my arm. I think we all know Colourpop's formula already is typically really great. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that, and I will be right back. Okay, so here's everything swatched out. I do have some thoughts. The first few shades that I swatched, like these first 5, were incredible. Like the pigmentation was insane. They were just super gorgeous. The shimmer shades, very smooth, very pigmented. Then I got here, and for some reason, the next 3 were so hard to pick up. This one, which I was really excited about, almost nothing comes up when you put your finger in it. It's like almost hard packed into the pan. And then this purple, also, I needed to do several swipes of it just to get it to show up. So I don't know what's going on there. Then this red one was really pigmented. Then the green was back to kind of like these two where I could hardly pick it up and it was very sheer. Then this one was extremely pigmented and almost like too loosely packed. Like when I put my finger in it, you see how much, like it just goes everywhere. Like it's very, very loose, but pigmented at least. And then this last one was just kind of like, okay. So this palette is really, really hit or miss as far as the formula. And I know I literally just got done saying Colourpop is always consistent, but for some reason with this one, I don't know. I don't know what happened here. But yeah, I'm not super impressed. It is a beautiful palette, but at the same time, like some of the shades I was really excited about, like this one and this one especially, they're really difficult. I mean, look at this. I have like a giant finger mark in it where I was trying to like dig and get some pigment, and it feels a little bit hard and scratchy and almost like dried out. Like if you dig really hard, you can get it, but even when you swatch it, then I don't know. It's just okay. I'm sure I could create really pretty looks out of it and everything, but I just wanted to make you guys aware that it's not all the same across the board when it comes to this palette. All right, next up we have one of their Instant Crush cream blushes. This is in the shade Crowd Favorite, and on the back it says that this one is a pH adjusting blush, because I think it's blue from what I saw in the pictures. Yeah. So this looks so cool. Really, really beautiful. I'm curious to see what color this is going to turn. Probably just that hot pink that all of these pH adjusting blushes do. Yeah. So let me just put it here, I guess. I think it might take a second to develop. It's really pale. Like at least it's not something super shocking and bright. Let me just try to deepen it a little bit. It's almost like a plummy pink. I do really like this. I think maybe the blue in the blush itself is really making it super cool toned, and I love that. This looks so pretty, like as the color continues to deepen. I'm actually really liking that a lot. So I believe that's the only blush in this collection. We also have some lip products. So these are the Ultra Glossy Lip, and it looks like they're in different packaging than normal. So let's check these out. I'm just gonna open the box. Oh, they look like little popsicles. That is so cute. Oh my gosh, stop it, you guys. Look at how cute these are. I can't. These are adorable. Like the cutest thing ever. All right, let's swatch them. Okay, so this first one is Super Sweet. So this is a beautiful light cool tone pink. I'm just going to get a little bit more. The applicator is kind of small on these, like it's teeny tiny. So you might have to go back in and pick up some more if one swipe doesn't completely cover your lips. This next one is Summer Vibes, and it's a really pretty fuchsia. Ugh, these colors. I love them. I love all of the colors in this collection. I think it's just the perfect beachy summer vibes. And then this red is called Experiment 626. It's actually almost like an orangey red. Like it's not a straight up fire engine kind of red. And by the way, these all have different scents. This lighter one smells kind of like vanilla or coconut. This one, the fuchsia one, smells like watermelon. And then this one has more of a mango scent. So they're all a little bit different, but all the colors are super pretty. I love the Ultra Glossy Lip formula too. I think it's really moisturizing. It gives a decent amount of pigment. They're not too sheer. So I really like those. Next, we have the Super Shock Highlighter. This is in the shade Ohana. I mean, I was waiting to see what shade was going to be named that. So here's the outer packaging, and then inside, Oh, cool. It's one of the marbled ones. So that is really beautiful. It's got a little purple, little blue in there. Let's see what it actually swatches like. Oh my gosh, look at that. It doesn't look nearly as golden as it did in the compact, I think because of the blue and purple that are running through it. So yeah, here's what that looks like. It actually goes on almost like a silver. That's kind of interesting. And if you haven't tried the Super Shock highlighters, they're so smooth. They're not like overly glittery. They just look so beautiful. All right, and then the last thing is the Shadow Sticks duo. So this comes with one called Alien Vibes, and He's All Yours. Their shadow sticks are also amazing, great drugstore option that's just really creamy. They're long lasting, they don't crease everywhere. They're some of my favorites. So this one is like this beautiful iridescent purple. It's really pale, perfect for the summertime. And then the blue one also kind of has that little bit of a shift to it. It almost looks like it shifts to a gold maybe. It's got a little hint of something else in there. That is so pretty. Oh my gosh, this whole collection is just really well done. I'm so sad that there were some issues with the palette and just some of the colors in here, because I think the whole color story just really fits the whole movie and the vibe of everything. So I think they did a great job there. There's a little inconsistency with the formula, but other than that, I'd love to hear what you guys think about this collection. Are you picking it up? I know on the paper that was in the box, they said that this was going to be at Ulta as well. So either Colourpop's website or Ulta, you can find this. Last but not least, I got a box from Benefit, and it's their Benetint. I think they have new shades. I also saw these on the Sephora website. So yes, we have the new dark cherry shade, raspberry, and then they're saying this is the GOAT, the original. So yeah, basically these are exclusively at Sephora. They are $26 each. And I'm excited. I love Benetint. I feel like stains in general are just having a huge comeback, like a big moment right now. I'm actually going to put this one aside because I have one open already. I already have the original, so I'm not going to open this one yet. But I definitely want to swatch these other two shades, and then I can go and grab the one that I already have open and I'll swatch that for you guys. So I'm really excited about the raspberry one. I bet you this color is super pretty. I'm just going to swatch these on my hand versus my arm because I feel like if it's on my arm, it's going to stay there for days trying to wash it off. So this is raspberry. Oh, this is so pretty. It's a little bit cooler toned than the original, I would say, and not quite as dark. It's a little bit lighter. Then this is the dark cherry one. Oh, look at this. It's more brown than I was expecting, but I actually love that. I think that's so different. I was expecting like just a really deep dark red, but I love that it has that brown to it. That just kind of sets it apart and makes it way more interesting. All right, so here's the original rose shade that I just grabbed from the other room. And I'll just let that set down for a second and then we can compare them. But I think like this one, definitely way more pink, way more cool tone. This one's more red and rosy. And then of course you have the brown one as well. The new colors are so beautiful. I can't wait to try them out, but hopefully it helps just to see the difference between those and the original shade. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Are you a fan of Benetint? Let me know your thoughts. What's up, guys? It's Wednesday. I just got a couple new packages in. I got one last night from IT Cosmetics, and this is their Do It All Radiant Concealer. I've seen this over, I don't know if it was Sephora or Ulta, maybe both, but I was definitely wanting to try it, so super happy that showed up. Also, I got some new Kissing Jelly tints from Too Faced. They just sent 2 shades over, plus 2 shades of their Kissing Jelly gloss, which I have already, so I'll just put those like in a giveaway pile, but I really want to try these new tints. And then I also got a box from Viseart. They have 2 new palettes. They have Praline and Lilas Lumiere. Oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it. I was so excited. I didn't even realize Viseart did PR, or they sent PR. So yeah, you guys know how much I love their palettes. I take them on all my vacations. Like I can't be without them. I just love the formula so much. So it looks like Praline is more of like a warm neutral palette, and then Lilas looks a little more cool tone. So we're gonna swatch those as well. So I guess, yeah, let's take everything upstairs and check it out a little closer. All right, guys, let's check out the IT Cosmetics concealer first. So, all right, it looks like they sent me 2 shades plus a brush. so let me just quickly open this up. The two shades they sent are Light Neutral, number 210, and this one is Light Medium Cool, 220. So light medium's probably going to be too dark for me. I think I'm going to start with this one. So according to the card, it says this is supposed to be a bendable formula with no creasing. It's supposed to instantly smooth under your eyes. It's a multivitamin serum with vitamin B3, B5, and E for plump skin and 24-hour hydration. And it just says to use it with the brush. So let's just check this out. I'm just going to swatch it for now, but I do want to try this week and let you guys know how it is. All right, so I'm just going to swatch right here on the back of my hand. I feel like this color is still a little too dark for me. This is the lighter of the two, and a little bit too yellow as well. But just for the sake of figuring out what the formula is like, it does feel really thin, very serum-like, kind of similar to something like the NYX Bear With Me. I barely have to blend, and it just sinks right into my skin. But also it looks very, very smooth where I put it. I mean, my hands aren't the smoothest to begin with. They're always dry. But this honestly just looks flawless. It just completely disappeared into my skin. It just looks a little bit more even toned right there where I put it. So I feel like this is going to be a really nice formula. I just don't know if these two colors are exactly right for me, but I'm still going to try this out regardless. And if I really, really love the formula, I can always just go and buy it in my correct shade. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. Next up, we have the new Too Faced Kissing Juicy Tint. So again, I do have the gloss already. I'm just going to put these to the side. And the two colors that they sent me were Bubblegum and Grape Soda. So I just want to quickly swatch these. It says, what does it say about these? They have a balmy texture, iconic scents, and a moisturizing formula. And then these are the colors right here. So Grape Soda, I'm guessing maybe they smell like the name. Let me see. Oh yeah, this one definitely has more of a grape flavor to it. So, oh my gosh, that's actually way more pigmented than I was expecting for a lip balm. Okay. Then we have Bubblegum. So that's this shade right here, more of like a cool tone pink. Oh my gosh, this smells exactly like, do you guys remember the Bazooka bubblegum? It smells identical to that. I actually love that smell. It takes me back. So that's what that shade looks like right there. I'm really excited to try these. They feel very melty, very similar to something like the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lips, that type of formula. So again, I will be trying these out and I'll let you know. Next, let's check out these Viseart palettes. I am so excited for these. So we have, again, Praline and then Lilas Lumiere. So let's do Praline first. This one looked like it was going to be more warm toned. By the way, loving the packaging on these. They look almost like leather. It's almost that very slightly pebbled appearance. It just looks so nice, very sleek and elegant. And then inside there, it's kind of the same setup as they always have. They usually have the little paper that I just fold back like this. So it actually is looking very monochromatic, and I'm worried that some of these shades are going to look really similar to each other, but you never know. Sometimes when you swatch stuff out, it actually doesn't. One thing I do like is that there are several different crease colors that I could use. There's a deeper shade to kind of deepen up the outer corner, and then you have plenty of metallic lid shades. But again, I'm just kind of worried that they're really similar. So let's go ahead and just swatch this one quick and we'll take a look. All right, so here it is all swatched out. Honestly, I don't think that there's any repetition here. There aren't any shades that I think are super close to each other. I think any of those shimmer shades that I thought might be similar are actually not, especially even if you look at some that are similar in tone, but they just have a different finish. Like this one's really metallic. This one is a bit more on the satiny side. So this is one that I could potentially even use in the crease because it's not that shimmery. And I think there's a nice gradient here. You do have some lighter options, but then there's a lot of mid-tones to work with, which I feel like is my comfort zone when it comes to eyeshadow. And then you have a couple of deeper shades as well. So it's heavy on those mid-tones that I usually wear the most often. Whenever I come across a palette that has too many light shades that I mostly use for highlighting, or too many dark shades that I just use for like a little bit of depth, I find that I don't use them as much. And that's one reason why I love Viseart, other than the formula, is just because they really focus a lot on those mid-tones in that range. And I end up using a lot more of the shadows to make different looks. So anyway, this one is Praline. And then we have Lilas Lumiere. I think I'm probably the most excited about this one. It just looks so pretty. There are, I would say, a couple of warm tones in here, this brown and maybe this one, but it leans very cool overall. There's also this warmer gold, but I think just some of these cool shades, oh my gosh, it looks absolutely stunning. So let's go ahead and swatch this one really quick. Okay, so this one, what can I say? I love it. I absolutely love it. Some of these shades that looked really light in the pan, like this one and this one, actually swatched darker. So they showed up a little better than I was expecting them to. And the quality is just amazing. These shimmers are so metallic and rich, which is one of the reasons why I love their formula. And also, I know some people would say, oh, it's not a fully cool tone palette. And I think we're used to that, where brands will come out with a palette that's all cool tones or all warm. I actually like that it's mixed, because this is the type of palette that I could take with me on a trip or just keep out on my bathroom counter, and I can do either cool tone looks or warm tone, because I do end up using both depending on, you know, what my outfit is, what vibe I'm going for. So I love having more options in one palette, and I love that this is mixed like that. So overall, I think this is beautiful. You've got like gray for your crease if you want, you've got brown. You have these beautiful lid shades. This one is a little bit heavier on the mattes than the Praline one was. That one was very shimmer heavy. So if you like more matte shadows and just a few shimmers, then I think you'll enjoy this one as well. So honestly, I think these are two beautiful new palettes from Viseart. Let me know what you think and whether you're planning on picking one up. Hey guys, it's Friday and I just got a box from Morphe late last night. Oh my gosh, wait until you see this. This box is insane. They have new eyeshadow palettes. So we have some larger ones, there's 4 of them, then some smaller ones, there's 6 of those. Then down here in this drawer, there are new cream eyeshadows, or like bases, primers. I think they kind of look like the MAC paint pots or something like that. It says powerfully pigmented cream to powder eyeshadow singles, that they're in universally flattering, buildable, blendable shades, priming ingredients, waterproof, crease proof. So I think that's probably what they're going to be like. And then over here, again, we have the 12 pan eyeshadow palettes. So it says these are $21 each. We have these 4 right here: Electric Current, Moonstone, Rose Frequency, and Flickering Sands. And then over on this side are the 6 pan eyeshadow palettes. So these are $15 each. And these are all the different color combos right here. So I feel like we gotta open these up and swatch them. It's gonna be a lot of swatching, but I really wanna see what the formula is like. I wasn't super impressed with the last palettes that they sent over, but maybe these are a different formula. I'm hoping that they are. So we'll see. And also I want to check these out as well. So let's head on upstairs. All right, so let's start with the 12 pans first. This one is called Flickering Sands, and this one has, I would say, just more of a warm to neutral kind of vibe. You have the golds, the warm browns, the bronzes. So let's go ahead and swatch this one first. Okay, so guys, when I was swatching this, I was blown away by this formula. I'm just gonna say it right now. These shimmer shades are just like one swipe, beautiful pigment, and the mattes too. I don't know if you can tell just by how the swatches look, but they're so smooth. They just glide right on. There's no like dragging, there's no patchiness at all. Look at how beautifully just like saturated the color is. I mean, I can show you a live swatch just to show you what I'm talking about, but the way that these go on, let me just do it like over here. They're just, maybe that's not even the right color. That's a really light color. Let me try a deeper one just so you can see. Like, okay, look at this. They're just so smooth and the pigment is insane. So I really hope that they're all like this. But again, this one is Flickering Sands. Next up is Rose Frequency. Look at the packaging too. I mean, these are really beautiful. They're plastic packaging, not cardboard. And then inside you do have the full mirror, which is so nice. And these are the colors in this one. You just have these beautiful rosy tones. I don't think it's overly pink, which I like. Some of these really lean more on the purple side. So I know sometimes I stay away from pink shades because I feel like they make me look sick, but these, I think there's just a lot of like brown behind it or purple, so they don't seem to read overly pink, but let's see how they swatch out. All right, guys, here we have Rose Frequency. Again, beautiful formula, just a stunning palette. I really, really love this color story a lot. It's so soft and pretty. It reminds me of one from Pat McGrath. I can't put my finger on which one it is, but just all of those beautiful rosy neutrals. And one other thing that I wanted to mention about the matte shades in here too, in all of these palettes, they're so creamy and literally almost no fallout. Like when you put your finger in here, there's nothing crumbling. They just are like the prettiest formula. When you swatch them, they just look so smooth on your skin. So anyway, this is another gorgeous one. Next up we have Moonstone, and this one is great if you love those cool tones. You have the beautiful taupes and gray that maybe leans slightly a little bit blue. I'm not sure how some of these shades over here are gonna swatch out, but let's take a look. All right, so here's a look at Moonstone. Again, just a beautiful color story, and I like that there's a mix of a lot of cool tones in here, but you also do have some warmer options like this one for your lid in case you might want to do something a little bit warmer, or sometimes I even like to mix and match warm tones with cool in the same eye look. I've done like a warm base and then put a cool shade on the lid or vice versa, and that can look really beautiful too. Again, formula was excellent here. Even with the cool tones, it still was really smooth, really pigmented, no patchiness, and I know sometimes the cooler tones can be harder to formulate than the warm tones, but no issues with this whatsoever. It's beautiful. And then the last 12 pan before we move on to the 6 pans is Electric Current. So this one is a little bit more colorful. I know the other 3 were very neutral for the most part. This one has a few pops of color, but again, there's a lot of neutrals in here still. I would say your main pops of color is just this column right here, and the rest is pretty ordinary for the most part. You have some warmer golds, and then you have the cooler purples mixed in. So it's got a little bit of something, but I think we're gonna see more color in the 6 pan palette. So let me just swatch this really quick. All right, then here's Electric Current, and again, formula was great, no issues whatsoever. Everything swatched beautifully. And another thing I wanted to mention too is that there are not a lot of topper shades in these palettes. They're all kind of more of those creamier, richer metallics that have more pigment behind them. So if you like those, I think you're really going to enjoy these palettes a lot. Some of them do have more sparkle than others. Like let's say this shade right here is a little more sparkly than this one. This one actually has those little micro glitters, so you can still get that glittery look if you want with some of the shades in here, but a lot of them are just straight up metallics like this one. So I think all of the palettes have a nice even mix of both. Anyway, let's go ahead and start swatching the 6 pans. Okay, so I think I'm going to show these just 2 at a time. It'll be a little bit easier. We can go through it kind of quicker. So we have Python Code here and Sky-Fi. So Python Code has these beautiful like turquoises, the gold. It gives me kind of the Natasha Denona gold palette vibes a little bit, just in a mini form. And this one also has that baked formula in the middle here. So these can be used both wet or dry. If you wet them, it's a little bit more intense. So that looks really fun. And then Sky-Fi is more of like that pastel kind of like cyber look. You have, again, the 2 baked shadows in the middle and then 4 regular shadows on the sides. So I'm gonna go ahead and just swatch these real quick. Okay, so here we have Sky-Fi and then Python Code. So Sky-Fi, I was kind of half expecting, because it's more of a pastel color story, that it wasn't gonna be super pigmented, but I was wrong. These definitely have that newer formula. The matte shades were just really surprising, really smooth, creamy, really pigmented. The 2 baked shades are this one here and this one, and I did wet them because if you don't, they go on really sheer, more like a topper. So this is them just at their full pigment level. And then over here with Python Code, same thing. We have, this is one of the baked shadows and this is one of them. This gold really comes to life when you wet it. It's almost like gold leaf. There is one more shade here, but it's almost the same color as my skin, so you can't see it. But yeah, I mean, these 2 are just really beautiful. So let's check out the next 2. So next up we have Cyberchrome and Love Bite. So Cyberchrome, oh my gosh, if you like cool tones, this is just so beautiful. Look at these 2 shades in the middle. This one is stunning. And then this has a little bit of a duochrome shift to it. It looks like it's going to be really beautiful. And then Love Bite has some pinks, so I'll show you that really quick. So this almost looks like a smaller version of that 12 pan that I showed that had the pinks that weren't too pink. They're a little more on the purple to brown side. So this looks just like a smaller version of that. Anyway, let's go ahead and swatch these. Okay, so here we have Cyberchrome up here, which again swatched really nicely. These are the two baked shades, this one here and then that one. And they're just super pretty. They came out great. And then we have Love Bite down here, and this one are the baked formula. So overall, these swatched great too. No complaints here. All right, last two, we have Rich Glitch over here, and this one is Outer Spice. So let's check out Rich Glitch. This one, again, a little bit more on the cool tone side, very neutral, but you have the rosy undertone in these shades, which I think is just so beautiful. And then Outer Spice has a little bit more warmth to it, but it's not super warm. Again, you have a little bit of rosiness in some of the shades, these two and this one here. If you prefer neutrals, I would say these are probably going to be your picks from this line. So let me go ahead and do some swatches. Okay, so we have Rich Glitch right here. I'm loving this one. This might be my favorite one. I know I'm so boring, but it's really beautiful. I just love the colors in that one. And then we have Outer Spice, which is also really, really pretty. Again, everything swatched really nicely. I'm just enjoying this new formula already, and I haven't even put it on my eyes yet, but it's just honestly a pleasure to swatch. So I'm hoping it performs just as well on the eyes and that they're long lasting. And if they are, this is going to be, I think, a contender for one of my new favorite drugstore eyeshadow formulas. So we'll have to see if it beats Colourpop for me. So far, if I had to compare these to the Lilo and Stitch palette from earlier this week, these win hands down. So anyway, let's go ahead and swatch those primers real quick. All right, so these are the shadows I said looked like MAC paint pots. I'm really curious about these. They're called the Solo Artist Priming Cream Eyeshadow. And this first shade, which is Debut, looks a lot like Painterly to me. Very, very similar. It has that pinky undertone. So I think this could be a potential dupe. It feels very creamy. It feels really nice. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and swatch these out. So this one is Debut. They feel a lot like the Paint Pot, and they're not as dry as, like, remember when e.l.f. came out with their cream eyeshadows and they felt a little dry? They were that putty formula. These are more creamy than that, so I like these better. And the packaging is actually really nice too. They're nice glass jars. They're very heavy. Next we have Airplay, and this one kind of reminds me of Soft Ochre from MAC. It has that little bit of a yellow undertone to it. So again, that is Airplay. This next one is called Chorus. And this one is more of a mid-tone brown. It's not super warm or cool. It's kind of right in the middle, maybe slightly leaning towards cool toned. Then this one is Melody, which looks like kind of a rosy brown. It's a little bit warmer. So yeah, next to that other one, this one looks really cool toned now compared to Melody, which looks a lot warmer. Then this next one's called Mixtape, which again looks like kind of a warmer brown. And there's Mixtape. Yeah, so you can see next to Melody now, you can see the rosiness in this one a little bit more. I didn't see it at first when I swatched it next to this, but now that it's next to this brown, which has a little more yellow in it, this one looks a lot more rosy. All right, then we have two deeper shades. So this one is Set List, and here's what that one looks like. So again, we're getting a little bit more depth with this one. And then the last shade is Remix. This one is just a really, really dark brown. It's not quite black. And here's what that looks like. It actually swatches almost black, but I don't think it is completely. So here are all the priming eyeshadows. They're all mattes. They didn't do any shimmers, but I know MAC has shimmers. So at some point, maybe Morphe will expand and do those as well. Who knows? But these feel like they're going to be really good. So I'll definitely be trying these out, and I'll have to let you know my thoughts. All right, guys, so that's everything that came in throughout the week, but I want to quickly just do some mini reviews. So let's start with complexion products. First, I have the new Jane Iredale foundation. I am wearing it in the video today, and I think it is a really pretty formula. It has a nice amount of creaminess to it. I think when I was swatching it, I mentioned that it has a very tinted moisturizer feel, but a little bit more coverage, and I would still still agree with that. The only downside is that I notice it grabbing to the area on my chin. It just makes it look really textured, and it kind of like not balls up or pills up. That's not really the right word, but it kind of looks like there's little dots like all over, and it almost makes my skin texture look fuzzy, like maybe the product is gripping to, I don't know, unevenness or whatever it is, but it's something that you don't really notice from far away. Like you wouldn't be able to tell looking at me like this. But if you look at me up close in person, like if you put your face right up to mine, you could see it. So I don't think it's a total deal breaker because I do love like the coverage that this has. It makes my skin look really smooth everywhere else, like on my forehead and my cheeks. It's just really my nose and my chin, which are those trouble spots that are a little bit more textured, that it seems to just grab weird. And not every foundation does that, but a lot of them do. So that's not something that I think is unique to this necessarily. And I don't think it makes it a bad product. If you don't have that same issue that I do, then you'd probably be fine with this because it looks really nice everywhere else. I think it's hydrating. I don't think the color was a bad match. It's maybe just slightly too dark, but not really a big deal. But it's not really a big deal. So I guess I'll just have to keep playing with this, maybe try it over a primer next time and see if that helps smooth out those areas. Otherwise, I do like it. It's nice that it has the SPF 30, but at the same time, I usually wear a higher number than that, and I usually wear it under my foundation, so it's not necessary for me to have it in my foundation. But if you're someone who maybe is bad about applying sunscreen or you don't like to use a separate one, it's nice that it has that in here too. But right now, first impression wise, I'm kind of so-so on this. I think I have to give it a little bit more time, which is normal for foundation. I need to be able to apply it different ways with, you know, a brush, a sponge, my fingers, over different primers and sunscreens and things like that. So I'll have to give that one more time. As far as the IT Cosmetics concealer goes, I actually really like this, and the color worked out really well. It looks very similar to my skin tone when I put it on. It's a little bit yellow, but I find that the yellow almost brightens up my under eye area just a little bit, and this isn't so light. I know sometimes when I buy concealer, I tend to go a little bit lighter because that's always the way people were doing it, like back in the beginning of YouTube, and everyone would put the big bright concealer under their eyes, and I kind of got into that habit. But now I feel like the trend is more toward using a concealer that's closer to your own skin tone rather than going lighter. And this really, it just melted right into my skin. It looks so natural. I cannot tell that I'm wearing concealer under my eyes at all. It is so beautiful. It's honestly one of the smoothest, most skin-like concealers I have ever tried. That being said, it's not the heaviest coverage. If you need a lot of coverage, you might want something that's going to be thicker. This has just a really thin serum-like texture, but at the same time, it actually has decent coverage. I would say this is probably close to like a medium coverage concealer. I think it hides more than something like the NYX Bare With Me, but it feels a lot like that one does. I actually think it looks better on my skin than that one does too. So I can't wait to keep playing with this. I've only used it twice now, but both times I really loved the way my under eyes looked. It didn't crease on me. That's something that might change as we head into the warmer weather. It's been really cold here still, so I can't say for sure, but right now I'm loving this a lot. Also, I wanted to mention the new Benetint shades. I have the raspberry one on my lips today, and this color is so pretty. I think the only thing with stains that you have to keep in mind is that, number one, they can be a little drying. So I put this on with a lip balm. I'm wearing the Lanolips 101 ointment. And another thing with stains that you have to watch out for is that sometimes if your lips aren't perfectly smooth, they could grab to certain areas. Like I noticed that there's a section of my lip over here. Again, I don't know if it's visible on camera, but I can see it where the stain kind of grabbed a little bit more to that one dry spot, and then the rest looks like a different color. So I think you have to kind of prep your lips ahead of time if you're going to wear this there. You can also put it on your cheeks though as a cheek stain. It works so beautifully that way. I just love this raspberry color. I like it even more than the original Benetint because it's a little cooler toned. It almost has like that little bit of a pinky purple tone to it. And when you put it on your lips, it just gives that whole kind of effortless, I just ate a cherry popsicle vibe. So I think this is really nice, and I definitely will be using it throughout the summer. I haven't tried the black cherry or the dark cherry. What the heck was that called? The brown one. I haven't tried that yet, but I definitely will at some point. But this one I think is my favorite as far as the colors go. And then on my cheeks today, I'm wearing the Lilo and Stitch blush from the Colourpop collection. This is the blue one. That's the pH changing one. And I mean, this is a gorgeous color. I absolutely love it. I'm just going to put on a little bit more. I think the shade is perfect. It's just like that cool tone pink, a little bit purple, and I love this blush formula. This is the one that reminds me of the Lawless blurring blushes. This is just like those if you've tried them. They're like feather light. When you put them on your skin, they just blend instantly. You hardly have to blend them in at all. It's just like a few taps. They dry down instantly like a powder, and they just feel like nothing on your cheeks. So I love this formula already, and I think this color is super pretty. This is a fun product. I'm not really a fan of the whole pH adjusting thing most of the time, but I do like that. As far as the rest of the Colourpop collection, I haven't tried the palette yet, and I didn't get a chance to try any of the other stuff, but as you saw during the unboxing, I did have some issues with swatching the palette, so I really don't know how the quality is going to be. We'll have to see. Also, when it comes to the Viseart palettes, I didn't get a chance to try them yet, but I use their palettes so often. I know and love their formula. Would highly, highly recommend it. If you liked either one of those color stories, the Praline or the Lilas one, I would 100% recommend the formula. It's swatched just like their other ones do. So I think that's just a matter of if you like the color stories that they offer or not. Then when it comes to Morphe, I did try the little paint pot dupe this morning. This is the shade Debut, which is almost identical to Painterly. When I put this on this morning, it felt like I was using my MAC paint pot. So for $10, I think this could be a really good alternative. I felt like it canceled out all of the redness and discoloration on my eyelids. It prepped my eyes beautifully for eyeshadow, and it didn't feel sticky, so I was able to blend on top of it really nicely. I'm actually really happy that they came out with these because the paint pots are expensive, but I use it every single day. It's a product that I can't be without, so I honestly love an affordable alternative. And when it comes to the Morphe palettes, I am wearing one on my eyes today, one of the 12 pans. This one's the Moonstone, and it was just that beautiful, cool, neutral color story. I felt like it would kind of go with what I'm wearing today. So overall, it applied as well as it swatched. I'll just say that. I had no issues with it at all. The matte shades in these are such a big upgrade from what their mattes used to be. And the shimmers, I think there's just a good mix of some that are a little bit more sheer and topper-like, and then others that are just really rich and metallic. So you get a good mix of both types, and I really like both types. I used to be a solid metallic shadow girl, and then I started appreciating the more sheer, glittery toppers more and more. So I appreciate the best of both worlds in these palettes, and I can't wait to try some of the other ones. I just didn't have time this week because I got these yesterday, and I literally have to put this video up tomorrow, so I didn't have a chance to play with them much. But as I do my quarterly update videos and stuff like that, I'll let you know for sure if I still like these as much then, but I definitely like them now. And also the Makeup Forever crayons I wanted to mention quickly. I didn't get a ton of time to play with these, so the only color I did try was this one, which is Cheeky Fuchsia. This is a really pretty cool tone pink, and I did wear this on my cheeks and lips yesterday, I think it was. It wasn't super long lasting on me. I put it on in the morning. By the nighttime, I didn't really see anything on my cheeks. The lips faded pretty quickly too. It doesn't stain or anything like that. So once I was eating and drinking, it wore away pretty quickly. But I will say that it's more of a creamy formula. So when I wore it on my lips, it didn't make them feel dry. It didn't necessarily give a lot of moisture either, but it just was somewhere in the middle. And when I put it on my cheeks, I felt like the formula, I'll just put a little bit on so that you can see. The formula is something that dries down immediately, right to a powder. Very, very easy to work with. They just kind of melt right in. It's very thin. So think of like Makeup Forever's cream compacts that they have. It's like those blushes, but in stick form and maybe not quite as greasy. Like these are just a little bit drier, but they're just really easy to work with. I think some of the colors like this one, I would use on my lips and cheeks, but not necessarily my eyes because it's so pink. But then some of the browns, maybe you could use on your eyes, lips, and cheeks and just do a full monochromatic look. So I like that about these, how versatile they are. I just have to play with them a little bit more and figure out how long they actually last, because just wearing them once, it's kind of hard to tell. So I'm going to be putting those to the test as well. And yeah, I think that's everything that I have. So I want to thank all of you so much for taking time out of your day to watch this video. I truly appreciate it. And if you have some extra time and you'd like to watch another one of my videos, I'll put one right up here that you could check out next. Thank you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in my next one. Take care, guys. Bye.